Thank you for joining me at Breaking the Silence Together podcast. I want to say thank you to everyone that continues to support me and continues to support the cause by listening to our podcast, passing our podcast to someone else that maybe can benefit from it, passing our information down. I want to say thank you from the bottom of my heart. For those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Jeannie Perez, and I'm the founder of You're Not Alone. And the organization, what it is, it's an organization that supports mental health and addiction. And the way that we support mental health and addiction is by providing professional services, therapists, counselors, advocates for free for individuals that might need help with their mental illness or might need help with their addiction. Our website is www.you'renotalone.online. Please check out the website if you have not checked out the website yet. Everything on there is beneficial and it's free. With that being said, today's podcast, it's really going to get hit home with a lot of people, not just with the individuals that are dealing with the mental illness or an addiction. It's going to also hit home with the caregivers, loved ones, friends, because the topic is reclaiming my voice. And what I mean by that when I say reclaiming my voice is a lot of us, when we're dealing with trauma or trauma happens in our life, it shuts us down. It puts us in this freeze mode, survival mode. So it kind of just takes over us, and we no longer our voices are no longer pitching high the way they were at one time. What I mean by that is we no longer feel comfortable talking about certain things anymore after a trauma situation. And it doesn't just mean someone that the trauma happened to. It affects the family. It affects the loved one of that individual also, with being outspoken about things that are going on with this individual. And that's why I said it's not just the individual that's dealing with the trauma that is the one that loses the voice, It's also the family member or the caregiver or the person that's close to that individual, because from that day on, if they find out about this trauma, a lot of things are silenced, and that's what I mean, your voice. Your voice has been frozen, it's been silenced out. So today's talk is going to be about why that happens, when that happens, and also just a little bit of tools and resources to see how we can reclaim our voice a little bit every day so that we can feel free and we can feel comfortable again speaking out and hopefully asking for the help that we need because of the situation that we're in this trauma or an addiction. Wherever it is that you are in your journey right now, I know that it's hard for a lot of us when things happen to us, whether it's trauma-based, grief-based, or an addiction. Sometimes we get embarrassed, ashamed, or just frozen because of what's happened to us, that we don't know how to ask for the help. We don't know how to tell someone, look, this is what just happened to me, or this is what happened to me, or this is what's going on with me right now. We kind of get locked in and we isolate our voice. We isolate ourselves. If this sounds like something that you're going through or someone that you might know is going through, then this talk today, this podcast today is definitely for you. So stick by. Listen to the end and see if you can get anything from this podcast to either help yourself or someone else. I want to start out by saying, I know that a lot of us, and not just adults, this starts from childhood. So we have children right now that are dealing with this, and we have adults right now that are dealing with this. And what happens with us, with our brain and our nervous system, is that when trauma happens, it's an impact. And our bodies, our mind, and our nervous system doesn't know how to process an impact because it's a sudden happen. So So we have to learn, our brains and our nervous system has to learn how to process this sudden happen, this shock that our body has just been put into. And because our body, starting with our brain, because our brain is the one that feeds everything that happens to us, everything that we feed into it, it overflows into our nervous system. Our nervous system is how we react to this pain, to this trauma that we're dealing with. So because it's an impact, it's a shock to us, we're off balance, we're frozen, and it isolates us to where our voice is no longer heard. So whatever happened to us that put us in this trauma or this pain that we're dealing with, we shut that down. And because it's such a shock to us, this new beginning that we're now living in because of what just happened to us, we don't know how to open up. We don't know how to just say, look, I need help. I don't know how to handle this. It just happened to me, or happened to me a while ago, but I'm still dealing with it. And I'm hoping that today's conversation will help someone to be able to take that step and open up and feel comfortable asking for help, feel comfortable explaining what's going on with them in their life and why things are happening the way they're happening, because they're stuck because of this or that. But I just want to I'm hoping that someone that's listening to me today will feel comfortable enough, feel safe enough to open up to someone either close to them or someone professional to be able to help them out with the situation. And the first step that I think that anyone should take if they are in this frozen survival mode, shutdown mode, where they're unspoken, nothing comes out, and if it does, you're not talking about none of the trauma. You're keeping that inside. You're silencing yourself from what happened. The first step is to find your safe spot within yourself. And what I mean by that is you have to come in tune with ourselves. You have to come in tune with yourself and figure out your safe spot within. And once you feel safe enough, comfortable enough, then you need to find out who in your circle or who do you want to reach out to as a professional to be able to open up to them and tell them what's going on with you, so someone can hear you and really help you out with this pain and this trauma that you're carrying around, because you've been silenced about this. Maybe it just happened, or maybe you've been dealing with this for a long time. And I just think it's really important that we don't shut down and we don't stay silent, because if we don't speak to someone on behalf of this, we're just going to continue to struggle with it. We're going to continue to carry it. And that's where I'm saying that we no longer can be in silence about anything that happens to us. And I know it might be more easier for me to say than for you to do, and I get it. But the first step is finding your safety net within yourself. The right time, the right place, and the right person to open up to. I call it the 3 safety nets, and that's yourself, when you feel safe, when the time feels right to you, and the right person that you want to open up to. Because you want to make sure that the person that you're going to open up to about the situation that you've been carrying on for a long time is going to listen to you. And they're going to help you with what's going on. You don't just want to open up to just anybody and then have to repeat it again to someone else. So make sure that it's the right time. You feel safe within you. You feel safe where you're at that moment when you're about to speak to someone. And make sure that it's the right person that you're going to open up to. Because you want to make sure that you get the help that you need and you heal healthy. Whether it's with a mental illness or it's with an addiction. It's always important that we find the right time, place, person, facility to help us on our journeys, because we want to make sure that we're not repeating the story over and over to different people, trying to find the help. So, like I said, it really is important for you to open up, But it's even more important for you to find the right time when you feel comfortable about it, when you feel safe, and when you feel as though you found the right person to share this information with so that you can start healing and get the help that you need. I know that it's hard sometimes for people to wrap their minds around certain things, especially when it's something new. They're going to try to put into their life, or they're going to try to, to heal themselves with. I know it's hard. It's hard for anybody to try new things, and I get it. But we have to really show up for ourselves and just try these things out little by little every day. Because it's like I always say, if you don't try, you'll never know. And it's really important that you try for yourself. Because we're talking about your well-being. That's number one. You're number one. And it's never too early to get help, and it's never too late to get help. It's really important that we focus on ourselves. We show up for ourselves. We validate for ourselves. And we heal for ourselves. Because no one wants to continue, waking up, going to bed with the same weight on them. Because you don't want to make anyone else feel uncomfortable. Or you don't want to speak on something because you don't think someone wants to hear it. Or you feel as though that you're ashamed or you're embarrassed of what happened. Or you're ashamed and embarrassed because of the addiction that you're in. And I just want you to know there's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be embarrassed about. You're a human being. You have needs. You have emotions. And it's important that your needs and your emotions are handled, and that you're helped. And that you're heard. So please, just find that safety net within yourself when you're ready, when you feel safe wherever you're at. That spot, the space that makes you feel safe. Figure that out. Figure out when it's the right time for you, when you feel comfortable. Not when someone else feels comfortable, when you feel comfortable. And find a person that makes you feel comfortable to share it with, so that you can get your plan put together and get the help that you need, whether it's dealing with a mental illness or an addiction. It's really important that you feel comfortable and that you feel that it's the right time for you to share this so that you can start your healing in a healthy way. With that being said, like I always say to everyone that's either dealing with any kind of emotional trauma, anxiety, depression, or an addiction, we have to find time. And it's hard. I know when you have an addiction, you have no time. Because you're chasing that high, you're chasing that feeling. And when you have a mental illness, you have no time because your mind is all over the place and you're trying to figure stuff out yourself, on what's going on with yourself. I get it. But we have to really come in tune with ourselves and find, even if it's just a minute a day, 2 minutes a day, whatever it is, to really, really just come in tune with ourselves and just give us that few seconds of the day to ourselves. Whether it's breathing, trying a breathing method to relax ourselves. Trying some kind of yoga to relax ourselves. Trying some kind of meditation to relax ourselves. Or like I've said, plenty of times, even just taking a walk in your neighborhood or just right in front of your house. Changing the scenery helps us out. Talking to someone, maybe pick up the phone and call someone. Or maybe just interact with something, or maybe something going on in your community. Just interacting and doing something more every day is going to help you out a little bit too, and it might even help you get ready to get yourself to where you're going to open up and talk to somebody about what's going on with you, because that's the first step. You got to find that right time and that right day, and that you feel that you're ready and the right person to share with so that you can get the help that you need. Because the help is out there, but you got to make that first step, and you got to reach out, and you got to really open up and figure out what type of help you want, what's healing to you, or what's recovery to you. You have to figure that out, and then you need to reach out to the right community, community-based facility, online facility, or just talking to someone within your circle, someone that is close to you. Start out there. But you have to start out somewhere so that you can get on your journey and start your healing. With that being said, I'm hoping that someone has listened to us, or maybe not right now, or later on sometime, or maybe a year from now, whenever it is. They can really benefit from these talks that we're having with our podcast. And if you haven't heard any of other podcasts, or you're looking to find out what we're talking about, please just Google us. We're on all major platforms: iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon. Just Google us. You'll find us on a platform, or go on social media, follow us, or go on my website, www.you'reноtalone.online. Listen to the podcast, see what you can benefit from, or maybe someone that needs, services, or just an ear, someone to hear them, or maybe they just need some kind of support. Please figure out what we have that you can share along, so maybe you can help someone with their situation or save someone. That's the big one. We never know who's suffering, so we never know who's that next person we might save in silence. So please just share our stuff. We keep our stuff out there so no one misses anything. Hopefully someone's just looking around and step upon one of our stuff so they can benefit from it, or help someone else. Hopefully they'll benefit from it. But that's why we're here. That's why we're showing up. That's why I'm having stuff out there everywhere. Like I said, our services and our tools and resources are available worldwide. So I have my stuff in every platform that you can think of, just so that everyone, no matter where they're at in the world, they'll be able to reach us. No matter what platforms they're using or what type of radio station they're using, we're out there. Okay? If you're out here and you want to volunteer, whether you're a licensed therapist, or you're a licensed counselor, or you just want to be an advocate, please reach out to me. Let's make this movement stronger. Let's help this next person together. It's really important. Like I said, every minute of the day, every second of the day, not even minute, every second of the day, we're losing a beautiful soul to a mental illness. We're losing a beautiful soul to an addiction. And no matter when you look at the numbers, they're never going down. They're just going up. Because there's not enough help out there. There really isn't. And I'm telling you, when I tell you I've done my research, there's not enough help. And even with me adding our team onto whatever help there is already out there, there's still not enough help. And that's why I said, no matter where you're at on the map, you're able to help us. Because our services, our clients are worldwide. So wherever you at, you can always log on and help us with something. It's never nothing too little that you can say, oh, I can help you out with this. Whatever it is, let us know. And if there's anything that we can maybe bring onto your community, or provide for you to share in your community, because you think maybe your community will benefit from one of our services, or maybe our tools and resources, let me know and we'll get that out to you so that you can share with your community. If you want to do an event in your community, in behalf of our organization, in behalf of any services that we have or resources that we have, please reach out to me. We'll make that happen wherever you're at. If you have any information that you feel as though you can share with us, that maybe someone listening to us can benefit from, because maybe it helped you or someone else, please share it with us. It'll never go to waste, because you never know. Whatever might have helped someone else, it might be beneficial to another person. Please just send it our way and we'll share it. With that being said, if there's anything that you're listening to on our podcast, or you're seeing on our social media, or even on our website, or maybe you heard me speaking at one of the events and there's still more information that you want or you need, you haven't been able to find it, or maybe there wasn't enough of our information at that information table wherever the events were at, please reach out to us. We'll get whatever information you're looking for out to you. All we need is an email address or a phone number. We'll just forward it to you through text. Like I said, on our website, our email address, our toll-free number, our chat box, which is monitored by a human being, not an AI. Everything is monitored 24/7, so you'll always be able to get a hold of us, please. And you can be anonymous. We just need to know what you need and what you need us to help you with. You just can't call and hang up because, we don't want to cross any boundaries. So if you call us, please leave us a message. So like that, we can make sure that we get the right person to return your call, return your email, or return your chat on the chat box. It's really, really important so that we can assist you in a more proficient, more professional way so that you can get the help that you need without us guessing. I've also said, please, if there's anything out there that's going on and you think that, our organization should come out and maybe join this event, or maybe you have something that you want us to collaborate with you to maybe broadcast it on our show, broadcast it on our podcast, maybe broadcast it on one of our stations on a platform or on the radio so that people can benefit from, please pass it along to me or call me or let me know what you would like us to share with others. Because like I said, it's not about me. It's not about my organization. It's about the beautiful individuals that we're trying to help. And that is the individual struggling with an illness or an addiction. So if you have something out there, because I know that a lot of people out there have very good ideas, very good businesses, very good information, but unfortunately I know the world that we live in, not everyone is financially capable to be able to really do what they want to do with their businesses where it can be beneficial to someone else, or maybe they don't have where they can really get on these major platforms, and I get it and I understand exactly what you might be going through. So if there's something that you really want us to share on our podcast, on our show, on our station, on the radio, send it my way. I'll share it. I have no problem with that. Send it my way and I will get it out there, and hopefully people will hear what you want us to share, or they'll see it and they'll be able to benefit it, and that's a win for all of us. So please do that, because I know the reason why I brought that up was because I was speaking to someone at an event in New York, and the person that came to me and they said, you have an amazing organization here. I mean, this is really beautiful. How did you do it? And I just went through them, telling them exactly what empowered me, why I did it, and why I'm where I'm at right now. And they said, because for years I was planning to do something like this. I never could really put it together. I really never had the finances to do it. It's hard to get help to start a business nowadays. But I really have so much information. I really have so much that I can really share. And he was saying, I have my PhD. I'm not a doctor, but I have my PhD in education. And I would love to just share my experiences and share my knowledge and share everything that I had put together when I was trying to put my organization together. It just didn't go through for me the way I wanted it to. And I said to him, it's never too late. I said, get your information or whatever you was trying to share, send it out to me. I said, I'll put it out there on my major platforms right along with my stuff. That's not a problem. I said, you really do that for me? You would really share my stuff on your organization, on your platforms? And I said, sure, why not? It's not about us. It's the individuals that you're trying to help. You're trying to get information out to them that's going to help them. Why shouldn't I share it? So that's why I'm bringing it up, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are trying to help, are hoping that they could help, this cause, but they don't know how to do it because they feel as though they have to have the finances to be able to do that. And I'm telling you right now, if you have something, if you have an idea, or you have stuff that you would like to bring on to this cause, please don't let it go to waste. Don't let your idea go to waste. Don't let the information that you might have gathered together for years go to waste. Reach out to me. Let's make this happen. I will put your stuff out there with right along with mine. That's not a problem. With that being said, I just want to say again to everyone that continues to support me, I can't do this without you. Love you from the bottom of my heart. And I hope that really everyone, really just understand that this is real. Like, it really is real, This mental illness, and there's so many of them. So many diagnoses. Someone's getting diagnosed every second of the day with some type of mental illness, Every second of the day, someone is being hooked on another addiction, It's real. It's real. And this fight is just getting stronger and stronger and stronger because the need is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. So please, if you have information or you have my information, this podcast, share it along to everyone that you know. It's not even who you might know that needs it. Everyone that you know, because like I said, you never know who's suffering. It could be the person sitting right next to you. It can be someone you've been in their life all your life. And you never know, and you might never know. So it's important just to share this information with everyone. Don't even try to figure out who might need it. Just share it with everyone. My podcast, my social media stuff on my website link, just share it. It's not about us. It's about them. Hoping to save the next person from taking her life or the next person from ODing on some type of addiction. That being said, I just want to close my share today with just saying it's okay to not be okay, because it really is. It's okay. But what's not okay is to think that you or anyone has to struggle in the dark, alone, in silence, ever. No, not anymore. Until next time, please take care of yourself and your loved ones.